Now, I know what you're probably thinking. 3 weeks, really, Rudolph? There is no way that you've helped someone break 18 months of delay in just 3 weeks. And honestly, I get it. I'd probably think the same thing too if I heard it for the very first time, because we live in a world full of clickbait and people just promising overnight transformation. So it's very easy for you to think it's one of these stories. But on this occasion, it's not one of those stories. This is something that actually happened. You see, I helped one of my clients, a leading ADHD therapist in the UK, break through 18 months of procrastination and finally complete something that she's been delaying for almost 2 years in just 3 weeks. And you see what's powerful about her story is that she's not what you considered your average person. When I say a leading therapist, I really mean it. This is someone who's respected in a field. She's got reach, she's got credibility. Every time she posts, she gets about millions of views on a post. She's someone that people come to for answers. She's not new to this. She's a high performer. She's very successful. She drives a nice car, lives in a nice neighborhood. She's raising 6 kids as a single mom, and she's one of the leading ADHD or recognized ADHD therapists online today. You see, from the outside, she's made it, but inside she was stuck in a loop. And in just 3 weeks of working together, we absolutely broke that entire cycle of delay. And so in this video, I want to show you exactly how that happened, and more importantly, what actually ended that delay for good, and how that can help you break your cycle. Perhaps you're in the same situation as she was. Because if you've been stuck and even though you know you're capable of more, this might be the video that finally connects the dots for you. So as always, go and grab your pen and paper and let's dive deep into this. I think I would like to share with you how we actually came across each other. So I was doing a normal live stream like I always do, a normal evening, doing a live stream, doing my teaching, and she literally joined the live session. And she later told me that was the very first time that she actually came across my content. And I really admired that about her, because that told me that, she's an action taker. And she told me she listened to me for about 20 minutes and she immediately booked a strategy call. And that literally told me everything about her. You see, action takers always recognize truth when they hear it. So we got on a call not too long after the live stream, and she told me something that I always hear from high performers. She said, Rudolph, I just can't stay consistent. With this ADHD that I've got, I start things but I don't finish them. I'm so ambitious, Rudolph. Look, I want to manifest 10K a month, Rudolph. I want to be consistent. I do the right thing. I listen to all the motivational speakers. I read the books, but I just don't have it. And then she told me, I've been sitting on this ebook for almost 18 months. I'm a single mom of 6, and I just don't have the time, Rudolph. I'm just fully booked with clients every week because I'm a therapist. I'm fully booked. I just don't have time. I don't have a moment to breathe. And that's where I stopped her, because I told her something most people don't even realize. And maybe you need to write this down. I hope you got that pen and paper to hand. Write this down. You don't have a time problem. You have an execution problem. And to go even deeper for you, you don't even have an execution problem. I believe that you have an identity problem, because procrastination is not just about behavior issues. It's an identity issue. Now, by this point in the call, I could already tell what was going on with her. You see, usually within the first 10 or 15 minutes, I'll usually know what the problem is. And I bet you're thinking, Rudolph, how would you know this? Well, I think it's no different from a doctor. When you go to a doctor, you describe your symptoms to the doctor, and in the first 5 or 10 minutes, he already knows what's wrong with you. And that's exactly what happens on my call. So in Jodie's case, as soon as she finished talking, I knew she'd been running on motivation and willpower instead of on a trusted system. It was time for her to upgrade her self-image, how she saw herself, and how to stop depending on drive and discipline alone. So she agreed, and she joined the 12-week high-definition execution system, and everything changed for her. And so what happened was from week 1, we got crystal clear. You see, when she joined the program, we got straight into it. Like, I did not waste any time. It literally in week 1, I asked her a very simple question. I said, okay, let's define what you want to achieve in 12 weeks. That's it. Let's achieve some of your biggest goals in 12 weeks. Now, I told her straight, I don't want to hear that I don't have enough time. Rudolph, I'm too tired after work. Don't tell me your excuses, because I've already heard it when we had that strategy call. All I want you to do is to tell me what you want. Tell me what you want to achieve in the next 12 weeks. That's it. No excuses. We're taking I don't have time out of the equation. We're taking I'm too tired out of the equation. I don't want to hear that. That's what I told her. So, I mean, you've already told me all of this on the call, so no need to repeat yourself. I remember Earl Nightingale saying something really interesting. I think it's very profound. He said, if you can tell me what you want, I can show you how to get it. He said that in his classic program, Leader Field. If you haven't heard it, go and listen to a great message. And that's exactly what I told Jody. I told her, if you can tell me what you want, Jody, I can show you how to get it. It's that simple. Perhaps you're listening to me right now and you're thinking, but Rudolph, I don't have the time. Listen, this lady was raising 6 kids as a single mom. If anyone could use that excuse, it would definitely be her. So in week 1, we got crystal clear on a goal for the 12 weeks. Because most of you watching this right now, you're not even crystal clear on what you want. You're doing too many things at once. Your energy is scattered, and that's why nothing is moving. But then the magic actually really happened. I put her on a system. I said, from now on, this is the system that you're going to follow. And she couldn't believe it. She realized that she actually had more time than she thought. She wasn't just running on low power motivation. Literally within weeks of putting her on a system, she had structure. But then week 2 came. This is where the biggest transformation actually happened for her. Listen to this. On week 2 of our call, we didn't just jump straight into actions or productivity hacks. You see, this what I'm about to share right here is what changed everything for you. This is the reason why you clicked on the video. Maybe you've been procrastinating for 18 months just like Jody was, maybe 3 years, perhaps even 5 years, maybe even a decade. What I'm about to share with you is what changed everything for her. This is what's going to end delay for you forever. If you can understand this, this will shift everything for you, just like it shifted for Jody. So I bet you're thinking, what is it then, Rudolph? Well, in week 2, we worked on her self-image. This was the secret, her self-image, how she saw herself. The first thing I told her was, before we start going to all the productivity hacks and the tricks and all of the systems, we need to work on your self-image first. Because if you see yourself as someone who doesn't finish things, if you see yourself as a procrastinator, then no matter what I teach you from now on, no matter what system I literally put you on, you will always go back to that self-image that you hold up here. And as I always tell you about this channel, you can never, ever outperform your self-image. You see, how you see yourself is controlling every result you're getting right now. And for Jody, that was exactly what was holding her back. And maybe you're listening to me right now, and this is where you are struggling too. You think you have a time management problem. You think you have an execution problem. But what you really have is an identity crisis. Because how you see yourself is controlling every result right now. I know you don't believe it, but that's what it is. Now, what's interesting is that when we began to shift the inner image, something changed. We did something very practical in week 2 that completely transformed their self-image. So then by week 3, she told me, Rudolph, the ebook is done. Now, when she first said that to me, I literally thought she was joking. You see, I've seen my clients achieve massive goals in 5, 6 weeks, 7, 8 weeks. But 3 weeks, that was the fastest I've ever seen anyone achieve some of their goals in the 12-week program. Now, obviously, to put it in context, she already had half of the ebook already written. And I want to be honest about it. She had half of the ebook already written. She was nearly done, but she just couldn't sit down and finish it. But when she followed the system I gave her, step by step, and she kept writing and writing that ebook, on the 3rd week, the ebook was completely done. Can you imagine that? She's been sitting on this project for almost 2 years, and in just 3 weeks, by changing how she saw herself and following a system, instead of relying on motivation and willpower, it was finished and ready to go live. So the real question is, what actually happened to Jody between the day she joined my live stream and week 3? Well, it's simple. A change of self-image. And add that with accountability, no longer relying on motivation and willpower, and having no excuses, and having an execution system in place. How can you not achieve your biggest goals? It's quite simple. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, well, Rudolph, seriously, are you telling me that simply changing the way she saw herself allowed her to break 18 months of delay in just 3 weeks? And my answer to you is absolutely. Now, let me tell you why this actually works. Because this is where most people miss it. In fact, this is where most of the high performers, the C-suite executives, the entrepreneurs, the creatives, this is the part they miss. They completely miss the point. There is a universal law that says, as within, so without. What does that mean? That means your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. And of course, I'm talking about the law of correspondence. One of the things you already know about this channel is that we merge the universal principles with execution system. This is the place where universal laws meet structure. This is the place where universal laws meet execution, because it's not enough to know these laws intellectually. You've got to integrate them. You've got to install them into how you live, how you think, and how you execute. Now, the law of correspondence teaches us that whatever is happening on the outside is only mirroring what's happening on the inside. If you change the inner world, the image, the vibration, the identity, the outer world must follow. It's not theory. And it's not theory, it's law. So when I say you can't outperform the picture you hold of yourself on the inside, what I'm really saying is this: until you change that image, how you see yourself, how you think about consistency, how you think about execution, you'll keep repeating the same results no matter how much motivation you have. Because your results are not coming from what you want. They are coming from what you are. Now, I want you to write this down. Write this down. It's really important. I hope you still got that pen and paper. There is a famous quote, often credited to Einstein. Now, whether he actually said it or not, it's still actually really profound. He said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. And that's exactly what most people are doing. Perhaps that's what you're doing. You keep relying on motivation and willpower. One more YouTube video, one more ebook, hoping this week will be different from the previous week. You tell yourself, this week, I'm finally going to start that business. Rudolph, this week, I'm going to start the gym. This is the week I'm going to ask for that promotion at work. This is the week I'm going to launch my brand. You keep telling yourself the same thing over and over again, but then the week ends and you're right back where it all started for you. Now, I bet you're asking, why is this, Rudolph? Because nothing changes on the outside until something changes on the inside. This is where the law of cause and effect actually plays a big part. You see, every result, every effect you're seeing right now has a cause. And the cause is always internal. So if you want to change the effect, meaning the results you're getting, you have to change the cause, which is you, your thinking, your habits, your self-image, your system. You have to make a change. You see, that's exactly what my client Jody did. She changed the course by making a new decision. You see, the moment she booked that strategy call, the moment she joined that live stream and she literally booked that strategy, she changed her course. And in that moment, her effect started to shift. I mean, think about it. The act of booking a call with me, saying, I'm done delaying, I need help. That single decision altered her direction. She thought she had a time management problem. She thought she had an execution problem. But what she really had was a self-image problem. Because if your inner self doesn't believe you're the kind of person who finishes, your outer actions will always find a ways to prove the belief true to yourself. So if you want to change your result, that you have to look at how you see yourself. You see, there are 3 things that you must align to have that shift. Number 1 is your self-image, how you see yourself. Number 2 is your system, how your structure or how you structure your execution. And number 3, your accountability. Who's holding you to the standard you said that you want? So when Jody changed her inner image from I'm someone who never finishes to I'm a finisher, a doer, and an executor, the outer world had no choice but to reflect it back to her. That's why the ebook got finished in 3 weeks. Not because of motivation, because I wasn't motivating her during the sessions. Not because she changed, it's because she changed the course. And not because of willpower alone, it's because she changed her course. And this is exactly how universal law meets high performers. Once you align identity, structure, and accountability, you become unstoppable. And that's what Jody realized. So let me finish the story. So by week 4, Jody had already started seeing real results. And she sold around, I think it was around 7 books or 7 ebooks already. And then the following week, she sold about 20 ebooks. And I still remember the moment she made her very first sale. It was just a few weeks after week 3 session. And she sent me a message. She was over the moon. She said to me, Rudolph, I can't believe it. I actually sold a copy of my ebook. She was so thankful. And honestly, seeing that excitement reminded me why I do what I do. Now, not to make this about me or anything, but what's powerful here is why this actually happened. Because it wasn't luck, it was alignment. Because she took a physical action, she realized she needed help. And that's the part most people miss. Most people stay stuck because they don't reach out for help. They try to fix everything themselves, but you can't solve a problem from the same level of thinking that created it. I want you to really think about what I just said. You see, with Jody, we had already worked on a self-image. We put on a system. We put on a system, a structure that helped her to stop relying on motivation and willpower. And you see, what amazed Jody the most was she couldn't believe that how a simple structure combined with accountability helped her make money online. I mean, imagine that, turning an idea she'd been sitting on for 18 months into multiple streams of income. You see, her ebooks went from collecting digital dust to generating real tangible results. And that's not all. because she had accountability, she knew that every week she'd be meeting with me and I'll be on her case. She has to stay consistent. So each week I'd raise the target. So I'll tell her, all right, so this week we're aiming for 15 sales. Then the next week I'll say, we're aiming for 30 sales. And she rose to every single challenge I set for her. And as of today, I don't even know how many copies she actually sold, but I'm certain that she's doing really well. And because she hit a 12-week goal in just 3 weeks, guess what happened? We still had 8 more weeks. So we set a new target for her. Now, she started building a digital product, one for people living with ADHD, teaching them how to manage their conditions. And the other one was for people who have ADHD and how to manage their condition and take back control. So within just a few months of working together, Jody created 3 digital products. Number 1, her ebook, and 2 digital products. And this comes from someone who once said, Rudolph, I have no time. I'm fully booked every single day with clients. This is what she told me on a strategy call. You see, she didn't need any more time. She needed a new system. She needed a new self-image. And she definitely needed accountability. That was it. That's the winning formula. This is the reason why I clicked on the video. Listen, if you can connect these 3, that's it. This is what's possible for you. I don't care how long you've been sitting on a project or an idea, 6 months, perhaps a year, maybe even 5 years, a decade. If you can put these 3 things in place, I guarantee you everything shifts for you. If you can shift your self-image, if you can follow a system, if you can stay accountable, I can guarantee you something. You'll collapse your delays faster than you ever imagined. So if this video has truly inspired you and you'd like to get results like Jody did, I want to invite you to book that clarity call, just like Jody did, so that you can work with me directly and perhaps, now I can't guarantee you might get your results in 3 weeks, but I guarantee you that you're going to change the way you see yourself. You're going to have a new system in place and you're going to have accountability. So if this is for you, then the link is in the description and in the pinned comment. So go and book your strategy call today. If this message speaks to you directly, don't wait. Book that call today, because together we can change how you see yourself, build a new system around your life, no matter how busy you are, and give you the accountability you need to finally have to execute that dream life you want. And like I always say, if you can tell me what you want, I can show you how to get it. If you've truly enjoyed this video, I want you to watch this next video. This one dives a little bit deeper into the law of correspondence and how to use these laws to create the results that you want. My name is Rudolph High Definition, and remember, be inspired today, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.